So five talks with 5 different subjects, 5 minutes for each speaker with 10 slides. The first question, how entrepreneurship in Lebanon is timely for open digital innovation. I would like to welcome a professor with the Department of Electrical and Computer Engineering at AUB, Dr. Ahmad Al-Hajj. Second talk, ethical tech, how to design for humans. Most welcome co-founder, product innovation lead, Idea to Life, Lubna Ibrahim. Third talk, how to implement technology to serve citizens and what are the challenges and hopes of central government and local authorities. Most welcome Prime Minister Saad Hariri advisor, Dr. Nader Ghazal. The first talk is how to stay ahead in exponential times. Our dear guest is present at all the interesting technology and entrepreneurship events. His Excellency, former Minister and Member of Parliament, Nicola Sahna. So we have 4 talks, 5 minutes each, 10 slides, and after we finish the 5 talks, we have the Q&A, 5 to 10 minutes. We start with Ahmad Al-Hajj, please.
Good morning. I thank the organizers for the invitation, and I'm just concerned that my presentation will make them not invite me again, because I will change the title of the summit. So, Sustainable Digital Ecosystem Summit Lebanon. For now, I'm okay with the Sustainable Digital Ecosystem Summit, but I think Lebanon should have been first. Should have been first on top for obvious reasons. So now that we agreed that Lebanon should be first on top, the other thing that I want to address is the issue of sustainability. I'm not sure any of us wants anything in Lebanon to be sustainable, to be honest. What we want things to be are disruptive. So I hope next year we'll have Lebanon Disruptive Digital Ecosystem Summit. Why do we want it to be disruptive? 90th, Lebanon is on the Competitive Industrial Performance Index 2018. 86th worldwide on Human Capital Index 2018, World Bank Index, a new index that measures the ability of the next generation to produce and be competitive. Very troubling. 90th Global Innovation Index. 27th and 34th. Trends in International Math and Science Study 2015, the latest study. This is grade 8 math and science, and we thought we were the top in the world in math and science. We're not. And by the way, it's only about 50 countries in that list. We're first in something among the Arab countries. It's the decrease in population growth rate by 2050, which effectively translates into the fact that we are a dying nation. So this slide tells you that we are a failed, dying nation. While we're still counting, if we have more of this or that religion, we're all dying. And by the way, if you look at the subcategories of the Global Innovation Index, guess what correlates more in the region with how competitive and how you rank It's not R&D, which Lebanon ranks high on. It's actually the political environment. And the reason, one of the main reasons that we rank low on the Global Innovation Index is because of the political environment that we live in. So now that we agreed that we're going to have Lebanon Disruptive Digital Ecosystem Summit, I don't think we need an ecosystem. What we need is a mindset. Two more numbers. Lebanon ranks 143 on Corruption Perception Index. It's not surprising for the Lebanese in the room. I think we know that fact. 140th. Guess on what? Global Gender Gap Index 2018. We rank terrible in it. And guess what the other two countries that are in 141 and 142? I will not say them, but look them up and you'll be very surprised because probably half of you criticize one and the other half criticizes the other about the lack of closing the gender gap. We're doing as bad. So what we're looking to have next year is the Lebanon Disruptive Digital Mindset Summit. And actually, I'm sorry, but digital is so old, it's given. You might say, you know what, okay, fourth industrial revolution, that's so last year. This presentation, things are moving so fast, this presentation became completely obsolete by the time I finished it, not by the time I delivered it. But this is an obsolete presentation that you're attending. And as a matter of fact, I apologize for most speakers. Most of the things that we will say are going to be obsolete by the time we say them because things are moving so fast. So what do we want? What do we need? What we need is a dream. We need a Lebanon Disruptive Dream Mindset Summit. Just like other countries have it. The American dream, the Emirati dream. Now, one big dream is the Chinese dream. We need a Lebanese dream. Luckily, some people are dreaming. Lebanon is fourth, and this is a positive one, there's no trick here, on total early stage entrepreneurial activity. Worldwide is fourth. So there are some people that have the courage to dream, at least around their area, their environment, at their individual level. And this is promising because we cannot afford to miss this industrial revolution. We missed the first three, we're barely catching the tail end of the fourth one. Let's try, for God's sake, to be here for the fifth one. Not us, we'll be dead by then, but let's make sure our kids can make it into the fifth one. This is a bit of market numbers for those of you in the area. These are the Arab region market estimates of what big data, augmented reality, IoT, 3D printing, robotics, and other, the size of these markets in the region. So when we talk about this dream, what we want this dream is to be big. We'd like it to be inclusive in all senses of the world, socio-economic, gender, whatever it be. And we want it to be at the national level, not at the individual level, because we all have our individual dreams, but we don't have a national dream, unfortunately. We're very successful as individuals worldwide. We pride ourselves with this, but we're terrible as a group. And to save the organizers the branding effort for next year, I even branded the logo for them. So now that we know what the next year's summit will be called and what the colors will be, I wish you a sweet Lebanese dreams. Thank you.
Hi. My name is Lubna, and I'm not here to talk about philosophy of ethics and life. I am a technology and a businesswoman. I have even built my first startup before leaving college. And today I am leading the product innovation and lab team at IDF Life. I had a chance to work with the likes of Zain Telecom, Lampearl, which is an EPC company for the oil and gas industry, Mercedes Daimler in Germany, Google, and even homegrown companies like G Group, UN-ESCWA, On Livery, and many others. And I realized that people and everyone in Lebanon and abroad is afraid. People are afraid. People are afraid of technology, people are afraid of change, people are afraid of being obsolete. And we can only understand their fear if we understand them first. And I'm going to tell you how to understand them. And the key here is designing for humans. And how do we design for humans? First of all, before I tell you how do we do this, we need to all agree that today every business is digital. And if not, they need to be, don't they? And in order to be digital, you have to be innovative. Innovative in your mind, innovative with your tool, innovative with the way you do business, how you do business. So, at Idea to Life, innovation is at our core, and we use a formula for innovation that, just like any architects would use a formula to build, are supposed to use formulas to build houses for people to live in, or engineers are supposed to build roads for people to drive on. We use a formula for people to use softwares and businesses as well. And you may think that the formula looks like this. Well, not really. In fact, that's the formula. Yes, you and every single one of you, and you is the formula. Well, in fact, the formula includes empathy, which is the capacity of being in other people's shoes, to live their lives, and to understand their needs, their limitations, their frustrations, but also the ability to know how to solve problems from their perspective. Then, data, to confirm what we have lived about these people, and we have to put them all into actions in an ethical way. And again, I'm not going to talk about philosophy here and ethics, because all I need to talk about here is what you do with the data and the way you deal with all the information you have about these people. A study by Accenture shows that customers who are emotionally connected to businesses buy more products, use more services, and listen more to the communication advice and advices of the business. We took this one step further, where at Idea to Life, we used the same process to build internal tools, company tools, to increase efficiencies and to enhance processes at the company. So, what do I mean by that? As part of us working on a customized ERP solution for G Group, we humanized part of the calendar for the booking reservations, and we added just a little detail. And what we did here is that we added the images, the profile pictures of all service providers in the calendar. And this small little tiny detail increased a lot of empathy between the employees themselves and increased customer satisfaction. So just to tell you that if we look at all what do they care about, all the internal and external factors, we understand what do really people need, we can come up with solutions. Innovation starts with little details. So, it's not impossible for every single person that is available here today, that is present here today, to adopt this mindset and approach. And how do we do this? We do it by adopting methods such as design thinking and, of course, empathy. Because such methods invites all stakeholders to collaborate together and to co-create the solution. On this note, I'd like to end by saying that always remember that technology is just a tool that we're using, and it's for the human being to define what to do and to mold it for their best. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. It gives me great pleasure to be with you today. First of all, I should thank IFP for this important event, and especially Kint Hasiba Bil'ain al-Mishwai, Madame Nasreen, especially Madame Nasreen for her hyperactive character and good follow-up. To start with, well, that's enough. I think I can go back to my seat with that tanhidi. Because frankly, what we're talking about, how do we mix between technology and regulations and best practices? I think this should be the laser pointer here. Well, my presentation, I was trying, since this is a fire talk, so I'm gonna put my bullets very straightforward and try to let them penetrate in your minds and then go back to your hands for implementation. I got from the summit's 5 top objectives 3 issues that I would like to focus on. We can throw the laser pointer on it. I'm going to be using the mouse anyways. So it's those blue underlined. We're talking about frontier technologies. These are the bullets from the objectives of the summit. We're talking about regulatory reforms and best practices. That will be my focus in this fire talk. We start with my background as a former mayor. I know the differences between the different views of the central government versus the local government. So I'm going to be starting with the central government concerns. Mainly, they focus on broad perspectives, integrated territorial management, enhancement of rural and urban spaces, national security, international competitiveness, and so on and so forth. Meanwhile, when we talk about local authorities, the perspective is completely different. Now we are talking from the bottom up. Local authorities, they have to have 2 eyes at the same time working together, but not to be cross-eyed. As a matter of fact, most of our work nowadays is cross-eyed. We see it in the wrong direction. We need to know, as mayors, as local authorities responsibles, we need to know something about our strategies. Where are we heading with our cities? Where are we heading with our competitive approach with the international other cities? How do we improve city life? And so on and so forth. But at the same time, when you walk out of your office every day in the morning, you will see people walking down the streets and telling you, what about the garbage? It's still around. We still smell it. What about the lighting of the streets? What about the asphalting and what have you? Those are the local authorities' daily concerns. But on top of both perspectives, be it the governmental perspective, the central government, as well as the perspective of the municipalities or local authorities, which I like to call, the citizen is in a completely different world. Okay, not working. Okay. Yes. We are all here, I think the majority of us are Lebanese. Our concern nowadays we start with the freedom of expression, the basic right. But at the same time, in parallel to respecting our minds, it's respecting our daily life, which is the quality of living that we live in. So, regardless of how the government look at us, how these local authorities look at us, we want our freedom of expression and we want our quality of living. And based on that, we have the combination that is really needed. The first is something related to legislations, initiatives related to legislations, and also initiatives related to technologies. On top, and far the most important paramount issues that we need to tackle in our country here is the eradication of political sectarianism, which is killing every one of us every day. But also in parallel to that, what we really need is the wide implementation of administrative decentralization. Be careful, if you use one of them, not the other, along with it, the whole country is endangered. So this is what we need from the legislative part, but also at the same time, in parallel to that, and the other wing of that new fourth generation revolution is the implementation of technologies. We heard a lot of buzzwords and jargons. We're talking about e-government, mobile government, e-democracy, and so on. Reforms, administrative reform, process engineering. All of those all together, they need to be put together and working on what I think is the e-government initiative. With the e-government initiative, we have a big challenge. The central government has a big challenge, which is how do we blend all of those stakeholders' interest into one system called e-government. Again, this is a big challenge for us. Very straightforward bullets. We have 10 requirements for successful e-government strategy. First, and the most important, I think, the resolve. We don't have, let's be frank about it, we don't have a real seriousness about implementing, and I'm talking about that. I'm going to be having tomorrow a panel discussion about how can we implement technology in municipalities, and I know very well that corruption hinders all implementation of all new technologies. Let's face it, this is the fact. And it's not corruption on the lower side of the governance. It is on the top, from the top to the bottom. So we don't have the resolve that we are really serious about implementing an e-government. We need to have a set of strategic priorities, which I think we lack. Of course, we need the ICT, AI, artificial intelligence experts, and so on. We have them, but they need to have the upper hand, or at least let them have the way to do their work. Integrated solutions, simple solutions. We need to have the involvement of the stakeholders. We need the proper timing and devoted partners. On top of that, we need to have those low-hanging fruits projects so that people will believe in what we're talking about as initiatives. We need to have sets of indicators, and of course, we need to continuously update our platforms. Examples, very quick examples. E-democracy. What about if we applied e-democracy in our last voting in our last elections? I think we could have saved a lot of time and effort and burning guts, accusations and counter-accusations. E-voting. That's one of the examples, but I think, again, back to say, I don't think that those who are in power, most of them, I would say, they are interested to have this e-voting, because this will cut on the intermediaries, which is the big problem that we have. On the other hand, also, this is the e-democracy. It's an example for freedom of expression. Let's try it. On the other side, to have a good living, a quality life, I think we must have something like the blockchain technology, which helps us in a great deal. In brief, e-democracy, we're talking about participation, we're talking about validation, decentralization, deliberation, and aggregation of, if we're talking about voting, of the votes, We don't need to fight. There are numbers and there are systems that we are following. When we're talking about blockchain, I'm sure that with blockchain technology, we can have an open and direct communication with everyone in the community that is needed. At the same time, we can have the clear accountability. And I strongly commend what Mrs. Lubna just mentioned about the trust. And let me follow on that and add to what Dr. Imad mentioned about corruption. Yes, blockchain technology is, I think, one of the best solutions for us to fight corruption. Because we start with the traceability. Definitely, it will lead you into the accountability, which will lead into transparency and will give you the trust. If we don't have that direction going, we're not going anywhere. Well, the blockchain does help us a lot to have this, to disseminate the knowledge in a safe way. At the same time, it lets us share, distribute, but at the same time, we all own the knowledge, and it helps us on tracking any movement or transactions, which helps historic data to be kept, and it gives you a spot access, which makes it easy for everyone to access knowledge from the government, and indeed it helps public equality and integrity. What are we inspiring to? And I'm about to finish. Well, I think every one of us is looking for a better service, a quicker service, a better response, cutting on the red tape, in reducing the costs and ease of access to government information. The final note, let us work on reducing the soft politics that nobody sees. We need to adopt a national e-government policy which is vague. And I know very well we are in Lebanon, we are talking about compromises. So let's be realistic and sacrifice the better for the best, and sacrifice and live with the bad for the worst. And I would say we don't need fake democracy and we don't need fancy technology. We need good intentions from our leaders to move on with our country. Thank you so much.
Good morning. So, zoom out. I'm not talking about Lebanon, I'm talking about how to prepare for the world that's coming. So how to stay ahead in exponential time. Some of you know, the rest, heed me carefully. Your next competitor is the machine. Whether it is a robot or an algorithm, or a robot with an algorithm, AI is the next big thing, and it's coming at you. It could be your biggest dream or your biggest nightmare, we don't know yet. Next are a few tips that will allow you to maximize your chances to stay ahead in exponential times. First tip, agility is the new black. Open your mind, train your brain to be flexible. Nothing is certain. Even what you see with your own eyes is not certain. Everything you can conceive, even what you can't conceive, is possible. Expand your mind and perceive everything. Technology will break the frontier culture has forced onto you. Be ahead of the curve or become a mummy in the museum of the next decades. Second tip, Deus ex machina. Stay ahead through tech. Adopt and adapt. Technology is a tool. It's a very powerful tool. Be prepared to use it and tame it, or else other guys will beat you to it and leave you behind. Be ready to be an eternal student. Prepare for Human 2.0. In less than 20 years, the smartphone has replaced 50 devices. Soon, after IoT and data analytics, the next wave of disruption will be tiny devices merging your body with the machine. Third tip, work fast, live slow. The world is running faster and faster. So do trends and changes. The flow of data and the power of analytics are key to the right decision-making algorithm. Imagine that you and your team and your tools are one big AI. To succeed when analyzing, purge yourself of emotions. Not those of the people that are the object of your analysis, but your own emotions that will cloud your judgment. At the same time, live slow, enjoy your free time, feel the times passing slowly, stretch your life experiences. Do not confuse intensity with speed. There is fulfillment in the moment. Contrary to all mainstream management courses, cherish and grow your comfort zone. You will end up more balanced and more productive. Fourth tip, prepare your kids for a different world. Brace yourself for major disruptions, social, behavioral, industrial, political, biological, you name it. It's all coming. It's just a matter of time. Like Bob Dylan says, times they are a-changing. Major disruption will affect you more and more because the world is now as small as a village, and it will soon become as little as a neighborhood until we colonize neighboring planets. The world will become even more overpopulated, especially with longevity coming up. Fifth tip, and last tip. You are as good as your story. Curiosity and motivation should be your basic drive. Don't let it be just for profit. Remember, you can't take earthly riches to your grave. Don't be just a consumer. Look for meaning and purpose. Pipes are overrated. Content is king. It's all about the story of your life, the story of your company. What's your story? What differentiates you from the machine is experience, meaning, creativity, emotions. Let it be your competitive edge. And to conclude, we live in terrible times or in marvelous times. It's up to you to write the story. Write the change, let it flow through you, study the machine, and beat it by realizing your full potential. And don't forget to enjoy every minute of it. Thank you and good luck.
Thank you very much. Time for questions.